29 जनवरी को नौसेना ने रिपब्लिक डे परेड को लीड किया था और इस बार नेवी की महिला ब्रिगेड आगे रही। 29 जनवरी को होने वाले बीटिंग रिट्रीट समारोह को लीड करेंगी नेवी की लेफ्टिनेंट कमांडर प्रिया जयाकुमार, जिनसे खास बात।
नेवी से लेफ्टिनेंट कमांडर प्रिया जयाकुमार इस वक्त मेरे साथ में मौजूद है, जो कि बीटिंग रिट्रीट में इस वक्त लीड करेंगी। उनकी एक खास भूमिका रहने जा रही है। प्रिया, कैसा लग रहा है?
मुझे काफी अच्छा लग रहा है कि बीटिंग रिट्रीट के दिन मेरे पे बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट
Welcome, ma'am. Morning. How are you, ma'am?
I'm good, Vimal. How are you? So nice to see you.
I'm also meeting you after a long time, especially over a platform like this, and then we are getting connected.
I know. So nice to see you coming up with such an initiative and, mentoring so many people to take up a life which we have lived. So yeah, very proud of you.
Especially, I'm just trying to project, okay, this can be also a career option for many of them, because most of them are not aware. Armed forces like sir join mandrathu, how can I join? All these doubts are there. I'm just trying to create some amount of awareness, and in the process, if somebody needs a guidance, I'm helping them out. Good set of assessors, luckily I have in psychologists and interviewing officers as well.
That's so nice. So nice.
Because I made it a point, it is like only assessors should be there in my team to train the candidates. At no point in time, it should not be like somebody else. Well, a lot of coaching centers which has got only a recommended candidates giving training. So that way it is also.
Yeah, so it goes without saying, the experience that you have had and the career which everybody aspires for, naval aviation, which is not that easy, very challenging. No. And to have lived that life and to have, you got that opportunity, the golden opportunity to be the GTO. No. So I'm pretty sure you are the flag bearer and the, torch to many aspirants who are willing to take this arena as their profession. Yeah. So you'll be great.
Hopefully, ma'am. Ma'am, we'll start with your background. We will start with your background. Okay. I'm so happy to have you on my session today, because you are one personality where, like, as part of your NCC, you also attended RTC, as well as subsequently when you came into armed forces, also you attended RTC. And so that way, like, you would have seen as a cadet how you were able to feel RTC once, and as an officer how you were able to see an RTC once. So we'll start from your background. Your show is, the floor is totally open. You can share your experiences, and I'm sure definitely whoever is watching this video will draw some amount of inspiration from you. Being a lady, how you are able to keep your focus and goals, and then how you are able to go across. You can please start.
I wanted to join the forces from my childhood. I was a very sportive type of a person, always into sports. And there was this particular serial which used to come in our childhood. See, my dad was also in the armed forces. He was a civilian officer. So he was in NAD, Naval Armament Depot. Mm-hmm. So we were always surrounded.
NAD Vizag, ma'am? NAD Vizag?
He has served for 40 years, Vimal. So all across, like how the naval units are, no? So initially he was in Vizag, and then in Mumbai, then Goa. Again, he has served in Odisha, many places. My childhood was in Karanjai. It's a small island in Mumbai, Maharashtra. So there were these serials which were shot there, Arohan and Samandar. So my memories are my dad taking me to watch these, shootings happening. So, so I have seen this life. I wanted to be one officer one day. I want to wear that uniform. So it has always inspired me. And my parents always supported me, whatever I wanted to do. Be it, like there are some parents who would, say, aapko padhai karna hai, you have to
study, become academician, and then excel the world.
You do whatever, and thereafter you can pursue your hobbies or, career. Career for a typical middle class family, education is paramount.
Correct.
But my parents were different. They supported me in every dream of mine. Sports, I want to do sports. They supported me. I wanted to do guides. There was a time when, for a little amount of time in my school, I was in guides, and then for nature club. So my parents were very open about it, very supportive. And as I was growing up, I studied in Kendra Vidyalaya. It's a central school. Okay, so we have people from all arenas of society. Fees was 5 rupees per month. So I've studied in so you know how KVs are. And one of the best schools in India, Sasta Kifaiti Tikau, right? So there was this time in 9th, 8th standard where you have these textbooks, Swasti and Parag. Okay, the poetry textbooks. So all the poems were so patriotic. I was like, wow. Whenever I used to, attend those sessions, those classes by my Hindi teachers, meko goosebumps aate the. I used to feel very excited. The people are dying and you're respected for dying for your country. There is no better death than dying for your country.
Ma'am.
And you know what, Vimal? The
Ma'am.
teacher who taught us was the sister of a martyr of a major who laid his life in the Kargil war. And the amount of, imagine somebody dying and you have pride in your eyes that my brother sacrificed his life for the country. And she was also the Hindi teacher. And, taking the lessons of poetry where people are laying down their life. I was like, what strength this lady has. We used to respect our ma'am so much.
Ma'am.
So this was my primary, motivation to join forces. No death as great as dying for the country. And as luck would happen, I did my college from St. Joseph's College for Women, where we had NCC.
NCC, okay.
So I always wanted to don uniform, and NCC happened. Of course, it was the Army NCC, and I used to love NCC. Okay, so it was very difficult, right? And I was doing my BSc, so maths, physics, and computer science. So it was not easy subjects also. And I was determined that I had to do RD. So NCC, you have certain things. Okay, you have to get B certificate, C certificate, and thereafter, okay, what next? Next is state RDC, and then there is something here, Republic Day parade. So that was my aim. Here, karna hai. And my parents were so supportive. They never told me, you cannot miss your college, or I attended some 24 camps, second year of my graduation.
Correct, same.
I have CATC camps. I don't know what it is called now. Combined annual
training camp. Same. It is same.
That
so you do about 8 to 10, because in my case I did about 8 or 9 for the state level.
I did around 24. I can count the certificates. I still have them. And many of these certificates, I don't think I've even kept it safely. Because itna aata tha na har camp, every
no, because I do have so many, but after some time you feel like, okay, a group level kar diya to baki lab abhi irrelevant hai. RDC ho gaya.
Once you're done RD certificate mil gaya, to baki ka kya karna time, that feeling comes. So so that was a very much a support factor, NCC, for me to join forces. I got so much of exposure. The hardship that we have had in the NCC training, hame tents mein rehna padta tha. Bison grounds, Hyderabad. You have to first dig the trench, tarpaulin. It's an uneven ground. I don't know how it is now. I'm very sure the infrastructure must have developed.
Definitely there.
So in our times, it was Bison Parade Grounds, Hyderabad. So tents hai, barish ho rahi, tent is falling down. We are digging trench. Okay, and all these things you cannot do it alone. You have to have your team with you.
Correct.
So in NCC also,
and some amount of exposure towards army way of life by then itself. Ki by extreme locations jayenge to this will be like this.
Yes, and the amount of importance they gave to the uniform, boot polish, candle polish, belt polish, brasso, all the tabs on your collars and whatnot, right? And patti parade, and also it was kind of a preliminary step to getting into the forces. So I was too good in my marching capability. I was an all-rounder. NCC makes you. You are a good. I was into NIAP, National Integration Awareness Program, where it is a dance drama type of.
I was also. It's a cultural kind of thing, right? So we have to do for that 45 minutes. You have to tell what is Andhra about.
Yes, what is that? So you have to come and tell. So there were limited participants. So you will have to come speak a certain script. Then you have to
go quickly change and come back.
Come do Bandara dance and all. So those things make you so much ready to handle so many things. Like people say, what are your skills? Okay, multitasking. It doesn't come that easy. But because in NCC you have seen so many things, you have to go for NIAP, then you have guard of honor practice, then you have your your parade practice, then you have your map reading sessions, whatnot. And mind you, after you come back, you have your college, which you have never attended. Vimal, you will not believe, second year, I was very blessed that way. I am very blessed even now. I have very good friends, very good mentors, very good professors, teachers. So my teachers used to take lunch ke baad na extra class for me, because computers you can right, computer class mein ho jayega. Maths and all from where? Tuition se nahi hota. Ek semester, mine was Dean University, so you have the semester system. So I've missed all my exams, and when I come back, I come back and I see Jan mein ho gaya, parade sab ho gaya. Now ground reality. Third semester ka pura, second year, third semester and fourth semester, all my exams are arrears. And मेरे में वो यार मेरे को clear करना है. मैंने किया. My parents have supported me. My teachers.
So you had arrears and then you cleared.
Because third sem I was doing camp. The fourth sem I have
बहुत ज़्यादा camp है. Because luckily for me there was no arrears per se कि मैं exams के लिए आता था और exam लेके भाग जाता था.
यार मेरे केस में क्या था? I've missed all the exams. It's not that I've attempted and failed. I've missed all my exams. So this is fourth semester. Okay, when fourth semester is happening, third semester का exam भी हो रहा है. तो मेरे exams miss हो गए. Fail नहीं है. All my exams pending.
Correct. Absent.
Oh my God, you know what I used to do? I used to go attend third year ka exam morning mein, after lunch, fourth sem ka exam, third sem, fourth sem. Imagine. And I went and I still remember my professor, Sugna Kannan ma'am. She was the examiner also. She was very strict. You know how convents are, right? All professors are very strict. Of course, she was very proud of me and all. I went and told, ma'am, I just want one thing. Please keep 1 day gap between every exam, because morning for third sem exam, afternoon fourth sem exam. Vimal, if anybody asks what are my achievements, I would say that is my achievement here. I cleared everything in one go. I cleared all my papers. Of course, my percentage did come down, but I was able to pull down. I was always at 70, 75 type of person. So मेरा first year का अच्छा percentage था, 80s में था, third year का था, 60 को pull करके 70 में लेकर. But yeah, it was
average out हो गया.
No, set ho gaya. So the only thing I requested her was, and she was like, yeah, you should have thought it before, NCC, okay, ऐसे से बोला, but she kept 1 day gap between every exam. Because it was an autonomous Jain university. So that freedom of, keeping the exam on certain days is with our college. So I just went and asked, ma'am, please help me with this. And I'm so proud I cleared all my exams in one go. And my professors were very, I don't take any credit for that. It is only because of my professors and my friends. I'm nothing without my professors, my dear friends, and my family. So NCC happened, and
I'll just put one point here. Like for me also, all those records, I was into biotechnology. All my records, one day they found कि, yeah, Vimal, what is your handwriting here? Because in none of your documents, your handwriting is there. Someone says, किसी का match हो रहा है, किसी का match हो रहा है. तेरा कौन सी handwriting? I said, name मेरा है.
You will not believe, there was this very dear friend of mine, one of my closest friend from college. She used to keep a carbon copy and write notes hota tha college ka. She used to keep. So when I came, I have a ready-made notebook. And those times, their xeroxing and all were not very much help. I'm talking what?
And it's costly also that time. Like nowadays, it is cheaper.
It is very costly also. And if you take Xerox also, wo binding ke jagah ka sab aata nahi hai. It is not that professional xeroxing centers that we had that time. I don't know how it has improved in these many years. But yeah, my friend kept a carbon copy. रख के बुक में ऐसे लिख के she made a full maths, of course, maths and physics we concentrated. Computers तो हमको लगता था कि यार बाहर जाके 1 महीने में सीखेंगे कंप्यूटर ना, तो पैसा था. तो yeah, she did that for me. And then college happened, NCC happened, and I was like, okay, like I told you, my parents were very much supportive, but they told, yeah, you should have your post graduation. So I did my MCA, Masters in Computer Application. So I would, if it motivates people, I would like to bring out that without any MCA के लिए MSET exams होता है. That is for MBA as well as for MCA, right? Andhra University का exam. So without any preparation, I got kind of good ranking system throughout Andhra Pradesh. Okay, so it was around 6,000. So with 6,000, I don't have any quota system. I mean, वो जो भी वो होता है ना, the पैसा कुछ भी नहीं था.
I had no reservations.
Okay, no reservations. Yes. So with 6,000, you don't get anything. Okay, though it is a good rank. There are people who with higher ranks, but with reservation they get. So I was 6,000 and RD certificate. Okay. So I went to this Hyderabad ka RD certificate NCC ki counseling mein. You know what was my rank? State level 10th rank. Life mein mujhe nahi aaya with. So there are people, and I am like 10th rank in state level because of my RD certificate. 6,000 going to 10th rank, and I'm pretty sure that RD certificate counseling, it will be helpful, because I still remember many of my juniors who have joined, they have used this RD certificate to take medicine courses also. I'm pretty sure it will be continuing even now also. So 10th rank, however, it did not come handy to me because I was non-local, because my dad was just transferred to Visakhapatnam, and 10th and 12th were not from that place, and my dad was not an Andhraite. So though that particular facility did not come help me, but whosoever is a local, and I'm pretty sure now वो policies भी change हो गई होगी because as we were retiring our
Correct,
sailors
correct, correct.
for the children, they have this central government के हो आप, and if you are from armed forces and stuff, so that non-local criteria हट गया था because I remember my dad had pursued it with the then defense minister A.K. Antony sir, so we have got that written thing also explaining कि हाँ it will be looked into, but I did not have to waste that much of time, so I got into a college in Vizag. But this NCC RD certificate does help when you have
It
to
has a lot of value in the
very much. Imagine 6,000 से मुझे state rank मिला, Andhra University, Osmania University, name any university I could have got it. But I unfortunately or fortunately, maybe my dad had gone up with that case. Maybe for the next coming generation and for the next people, it did help. So now I understand that क्योंकि Port Blair में भी people who wanted to join sailors or officers kids, so वो quota है. So maybe I believe that maybe my dad must have taken the stepping stone, or previously also or after also. But yeah, something like this happened. So NCC happened. I was good at marching. You know how army drill are, right? कितना कड़क होता है.
Same, ma'am.
So
Ma'am, जो pain आपने go through किया, I can relate totally because like my height is about 5 feet 10. So for RDC they said it has to be minimum 6 air wing में. I said अटेंड तो करना है, अभी हाइट तो बढ़ नहीं सकता. व्हाट इज कैंडिडेट, तो बेस्ट कैंडिडेट इज द ओनली ऑप्शन फॉर यू. सो दैट्स व्हाई स्ट्रगल की ये अगर ये चैनल है तो इसी को फॉलो करना है. आई हैव टू फॉलो दिस चैनल, दैट गो ऑन, एंड देन दैट्स हाउ आई डिड.
Yes, so NCC happened and I did my MCA and MCA final year campus recruitment हो रहा है, and it was my desire to be in the armed forces. So campus recruitment, you know, IT companies आ रही हैं, तो अगर यार मेरे अंदर में वो था कि मुझे forces ज्वाइन करना है. उस टाइम पे स्मार्टफोन, इंटरनेट were not that easily accessible. So even
Correct.
to get information, you have to have this employment newspaper आता था. Okay, so in my college, in the library section, it used to come fortnightly or for weekly once, that employment newspaper, this big 30-page newspaper, it will come like a booklet. So in that, I started seeing all the SSB ka, whatever vacancies were coming, and I was very sure I wanted to join Navy because it was clear मुझे Navy join करना है. And then aviation. Now we call it as air operations officer, but erstwhile days it was called observer's entry.
Observer, yeah.
So I looked into the advertisement, went to the local दुकानें होती है ना जहाँ पे application form मिलता है, took that, Xerox लिया, pencil से भरा, you know, पुराने जमाने में form
Dedication गलती ना करना है.
तो वो सारा भरा, proof read किया, send किया, and then yeah, SSB happened. This was my first SSB. I was very fortunate or lucky, or I would say I was NCC made me so thorough that मेरा first SSB में मेरा clear हो गया. So everything, at least I was blessed. I'm saying I'm very fortunate because of the exposure that got in NCC. NCC में I was into best cadet training and NIAQ, National Integration Awareness quiz. तो उसमें आपको preparedness हो जाती है. You're generally aware what is general knowledge, क्या है आपका international politics, क्या चल रहा है. I was NCC best cadet for Vizag group. There were 3 districts उसमें I was. So you were generally aware कि क्या है, what you have to expect, and it is all about being yourself and what your achievements are. So I was very confident हो जाना चाहिए, and luckily हो गया. So after that, I met you, Vimal, after joining Navy. And then Vimal happened, if you want to say that.
Observer school.
Oh my God, observer school.
No, why Vimal came in your life? He saw you.
Oh my God, we met in observer school. Yes. And then training. So even academy is tough, right? But then I was like, it is not. I mean, for me, it is my personal perspective. I've seen worse in NCC, where you don't get to sleep. Right, you don't get
high five.
You don't get food.
After you finish, I'll tell you something. What happened with me?
You get 2 idlis for the entire day, right? Breakfast में उसमें भी कुछ मिला तो मिला. Some camps are good, some camps are bad. पानी जैसा दाल मिलेगा. तो academy में मुझे यार academy was tough, but मुझे लगा यार it is better than at least NCC. यार कपड़े धुल रहे हैं. There is some CB who is taking care of your shoes. मैंने बोला यार NCC में तो खुद बैठ के परेड भी करो, रात कैंडल जला रहे हो, उसके बाद फिर पाइप डाउन भी हो जाता है.
You polish, I know that.
टॉर्च ऑन करके बूट पॉलिश. मैंने बोला यार यहाँ पे at least those things are catered for. All you have to do is give 100%, whatever you're doing, be it academics or be it your swimming, be it your parade. कुछ भी है, सिर्फ तुम्हें सुनना है, सोना नहीं है, पिटना नहीं है, है ना. तो yeah, so then forces happened. And yeah, it was not.
I'll just add one thing here. After the training in Naval Academy, just before our passing out, the IT was there. Commandant's IT was there. Commandant was then Admiral Tapalial. So I went and asked, sir, I was an NCC cadet. I have attended RTC so and so and so. So when compared to my NCC days, the training here is not that tough. Then he said, "Is it? Who was it?"
Vimal, when I used to tell this to my people or to my seniors or juniors after I got commissioned, so they used to say, हाँ तुम्हारी ट्रेनिंग नहीं हुई होगी एकेडमी में. It's a general norm. जैसे अभी मैं एकेडमी से पास आउट हो गई तो हम अपने जूनियर बैच को तुम्हारी ट्रेनिंग क्या हुई, हमारी ही हुई. तो whilst I was undergoing the academy training also, I used to say यार washing machine है, कपड़े धुल जाएंगे, खुद तो रगड़ना नहीं है. All you have to do is correct rig, correct time, correct place.
Yes, correct.
You follow that and you are hunky dory. I mean,
you're swinging. There is no problem.
Yeah. जो मैंने बोला यार, I mean, I don't know. It is. I felt it compared to my NCC days easier.
Correct.
Maybe that is because I have seen worst, and people who are getting exposed to such an atmosphere for the first time, it will be difficult for them. But I've seen worse.
Correct. So that's why when I said this to Commandant, he told like, yeah, Vimal, see, our Navy is developing technology-wise. So the amount of physical strenuous is not required that much. You are planning to make your life comfortable so that you're able to give your best. Tomorrow, as a naval officer, you're not going to take your gun and fight some enemy in front of their eyes. You'll be sitting in some 200 miles away and then pressing one button so that your missile goes and hits. So you should be knowledge-wise, you should be very strong.
Yeah, knowledge-wise also. And I will not say physically it was not very enduring, but NCC prepares you to endure.
Correct, for everything.
Yeah, I mean, if you say, was academy difficult? Yes, it was difficult. Was it difficult for people like us who have seen worse in NCC? No, it doesn't become that difficult. So I wouldn't say it wasn't difficult. It becomes easy because of our erstwhile, NCC exposure. So I would like to...
That's what... When you do 1,000 push-ups in your NCC days, 200 push-ups in academy, you feel like it's okay, normal.
You know how army NCC is, right? You cannot sit down and tie your lace. We had to stand in one leg, एक leg ऊपर करके tie करना, up rifle भागना. तो मेरे को academy में लगा कि यार up rifle run, ये तो बहुत आसान touch and come. That was very common.
वहाँ पे तो up rifle with pittu, यहाँ पे तो only up rifle. We feel like हाँ, it's okay.
किसी का कुछ राइफल ड्रिल में कुछ गलती हो गया तो दूसरे का राइफल भी दो राइफल लेके भागते थे. यहाँ पे तो अपना राइफल लेके भागना होता था ना नेवी में. For me, it was
correct, definitely, for sure, ma'am. Because after 24 camps, you will feel like this 22 weeks is nothing.
Yeah, camps. That's what I told. Na camps and all was nice. After you come back, the pride your teachers, your professors, your parents have, that is priceless. उसके बाद जब एग्जाम लिखने की बारी आई ना, 4th semester morning में 3rd sem का, evening में 4th sem का, but I am so proud, Vimal. And I don't
okay, fine.
I don't take credit at all.
वहाँ कट कर देते हैं. Now we'll come back to your lady marching contingent को उस time का experience.
See, there's a story behind it. Okay, you know how aviation, how demanding it is, right? And there is always crunch of observers.
So all those credit comes to us. Okay, we all boys took care of all the flying experience. Sorties, that's why you all went it for it. Okay, we all need some credit there.
12 years of my career, there have been crucially crunch of observers. Okay, pilots का भी था, observer का भी था. So anything that comes. Like any mountaineering, trekking, any courses that used to come, it was a strict no for aviators, right? That was a open secret. You cannot even dare to go and ask your 2IC or for that matter your CO कि sir मुझे ये करना है. So there was this academy के drill ustad Mashif Sarkar, okay. I remember him. I was in class Alpha, so he was a drill ustad for class Alpha and Bravo, I think. Class Alpha बोलते थे, माँ साहब थे. So one Friday evening, I get a call. Ma'am, आप प्रिया जयकुमार हो, आप class Alpha में थे, academy में. तो मैंने बोला कि I thought it was a false call. Somebody is trying to, है ना, forces में होता है, पाकिस्तान के calls आते हैं, आते हैं. मेरे को लगा somebody must have taken my number and just giving me a call like that. So he called me up. And he told, मैंने बोला कि I'll report to you to the command intelligence officer. Please don't call me. करके ma'am, listen, I am your Mashif Sarkar. I am your drill ustad. आप class Alpha में थे. मैंने बोला माँ साहब कैसे हो? He told, ma'am, we are in dire crunch of somebody who can march best. And I know your drill was so excellent. I took out the naval aviators का list from IHQ. He was posted at INS India. And that naval aviators का उसमें he did his calculation कि 2010 में है तो अभी ये seniority में, so she must be lieutenant. उसमें lieutenant lady aviators का, and then he told okay she must be posted here करके he pinpointed me. He took my number and he called me. So I told माँ साहब आप I cannot come. I know. I have to go and ask. I told माँ साहब it's not possible. So he told, मैडम ये IHQ का सिग्नल है, फ्राइडे आई एम गिविंग इट, मंडे आपको रिपोर्ट करना है, सैटरडे संडे IHQ बंद रहता है, आपका CEO कुछ करके भी कुछ नहीं करेंगे, तो आपको आना पड़ेगा. मैंने बोला यू गिव अ ट्राई, अगर मेरे CEO भेजते तो आई विल कम, अदरवाइज इट्स जस्ट टू बैड, इट्स नॉट इन माय फेट. So it so happened Friday secure हो गया, Saturday my CEO came, my senior O came, I was called. I came and sir told, see Priya, signal has come like this. We cannot send you as you're. मैंने बोला okay sir, it's justified. है ना? We know we cannot be sent. So he told okay you go on leave. And उससे पहले मैंने छुट्टी मांगी थी दिसंबर के लिए. And they refused it, saying that tropics आ रहा है, ये है वो. You know January Feb में tropics रहता है and all that thing happens, right? So he did not send me for छुट्टी. And he told now you go for छुट्टी. We'll say that she's on leave. So उनके लिए better है ना, if I go for RD parade.
Shortly and then you can come back to operations again.
Available. And एक तीर से दो निशान. I'm also happy I'm getting leave, and they're also happy I'm available for the entire duration.
And Squadron is also operationally fine.
Yeah, Squadron is also operational and fine. So they made a signal reply back. She has proceeded only. Saturday onwards, मेरा छुट्टी granted रहे. I went on छुट्टी. I came back. Christmas attend करके January 1st I come, and there comes the signal. And mind you me, this was for the normal Navy contingent, which happens on a regular basis on every Republic Day parade. The sailors contingent, which is headed by an officer, right?
On naval contingent.
Yeah, the naval contingent, like how Army, Air Force, and everybody has. And when I returned back from my chutti, January 1st, I think, there was a signal which said all lady officers had to go report to Delhi because
all women contingent is
coming. And our Honorable Prime Minister, Modi sir ने बोला था कि it will be, you know, all three forces, all lady women contingent will march. So and now CEO is like, अब तो जाना पड़ेगा because अभी तो it is an order, right, from IHQ, and we all had to be sent. So I reported Jan 3rd को, and it is happening for the first time in history.
Correct.
For the audience, it is always the contingent of men who are not commissioned, who are not officers. It's always sailors or the men who are there, and it is always led by an officer. Okay, so it was happening for the first time in history. There were various things which were being set first time in history. A contingent of officers. Secondly, it was contingent of lady officers. Yes, and Barack Obama was coming, and this was something which Modi ji wanted to indicate India is safe. Usse pehle wo Nirbhaya ka incident and all happened. So India was in very poor limelight across.
Correct.
Not safe, this, that. And Prime Minister Modi had this vision that this particular picture had to be corrected. So in independent India, after the independence and in the history, if you see, first time India was coming up with something like this, that an officers contingent marching, all lady officers. Okay, so there were various first things which were happening, and this thing happened, and thanks to my NCC, thanks to my army drill practice, and mind you, in NCC also I was the contingent commander. I have led the Prime Minister's rally for Andhra Pradesh.
So for you, it is all repeat.
It was so easy for me. I mean, for me at least, it was easy. I would say in 1 month's time to do parade, which people have been doing the normal naval contingent, or for that matter, other people, they start from October onwards, October, November, December, January.
Even then, the naval drill and the army drill are totally different. Like in RDC, it is the complete army drill which is being followed, not the naval drill.
Yes, there are various things which we have to unlearn to march at Rajpath. It is very different, and for people, it wasn't easy. Like you have to have your body conditioned in a certain way, get acclimatized to the Delhi climate. You know, winters are cruel in Delhi. So all that thing was in a jiffy, where January 3rd, 4th onwards, your training is starting. And because it was such short notice and various things happening, the contingent was formed of 12 into 12, 144 plus 3 aage khade rehte hain. There is one contingent. It was very clear that anybody who generally क्या होता है, the senior most leads, उनका parade कैसा भी हो, one person has gone, तो drill start October से थाप थूप के पीट के ड्रिल वर्ती करा देता है राजपथ, and 4 months is good enough time to get, learn. So because that bunch of time, and the senior most was, I think, a commander or lieutenant commander, I'm not sure. There was this senior lady officer. Ideally, she should have led it. However, because it was told to all our contingent, saying that जो भी अच्छा drill करेगा, they will be the contingent commander. So even if a sub-lieutenant was doing it, it would be that. So again, this particular history was changed. Ki senior most will lead. No, it did not happen. So
performance basis हो गया, purely based on performance.
Pure performance basis. And thanks to my NCC, height तो थी, word of command भी ऐसा था ही, army की drill पहले से पता थी. So without any competition, I would say I was selected as the contingent commander for that historic Nari Shakti contingent. Yes, so it was a new experience. History in repeat mode, जो मैंने 2006 आर्मी में किया था in NCC, with very limited resources, where you have that shacks में रह रहे हो, common bathrooms है.
गर्म पानी, सुबह तो गर्म पानी नहीं मिलता.
गर्म पानी 4 बजे जाके you have to stand in the queue from that whatever that thing is, ubla hua pani, you have to carry it without spilling it, go take shower, wash your clothes. You have to be on your own, right? So for me, because of my NCC exposure, definitely this RD thing was also, यार रहने को तो हमें अपने entitlement का मिल रहा है, खाने को मिल रहा है, everything is taken care of. So yeah, it was kind of, I would say, because I was exposed to such things, I wanted to do such things. See, nothing happens that easy, Vimal. Nothing comes easy.
Awesome.
Because I had endured in NCC, it became easy. Because I took the challenge कि यार ठीक है, everybody had faith in me. I have to keep faith, and पढ़ाई में मुझे marks लेकर ही आना है. No matter what, I did that. Otherwise, I would have आराम से told, no, I will not do the exam in second year. I'll do it in third year. But मेरा फिर हर mark list में star arrears आता. So I didn't want that. I can complete it in the end of second year. So it was difficult. When I look back, it was difficult at that time. But now when I see, I take it as one feather in my cap. So yeah, so this NCC helped me get into the Nari Shakti contingent ka, history being made. So had I gone that time I was like, Kash, mera ho jata, hai na, Mashir Sarkar called me, I would have gone. But God had better plans. God.
Destiny.
Destiny. So again, I would like to tell that to all the aspirants. Maybe first attempt mein SSB nahi hoga, second attempt mein nahi hoga. But if it is your inner calling, and if you want to do it, you will start seeing avenues of, making things, achieving things. आपको लगेगा यार difficult है, नहीं, विमल है वहाँ पे help करने के लिए with his team. They guide you. Okay, so they know कहाँ पे क्या करना है ना? So if I didn't want to do NCC, I could have laid back and sat. तो मेरे लिए इतना आसान नहीं होता. मैं अपना एग्जाम अच्छे से complete करती without much of stress. So if you want to get something, and if you want to get it, things will open up. You will find it.
Correct. Because when you're focused on getting something, you will automatically find what are the ways and means, and how is the people who will help you. And then everyone will also help you. People will identify you are genuinely interested, and then they will also help you.
And be kind and nice to people. I mean, had I been a bitter person and a bad person, no professor would have taken their lunch ka आधा घंटा यार. They can rest, right? No friend of mine would have kept the carbon copy and written it. Is painful that for that dear friend of mine. It's not that easy. Be kind, be nice. People are there to help you. The entire universe will fall into place and, try to achieve what you want to achieve. That under that fire hona hai, and that zeal and determination hona hai, which I'm very sure anybody who's aspiring will have. Nahi hai, to it is not their calling. If they give up that easy, or they're not trying to achieve it, it is not that easy. And mind you me, it is not easy. Forces are not easy. Aspirants, it looks very glamorous. You have a very glamorous job. You wear uniform. You have status. You have income. It is not easy. But if you want to do it,
everything is an earning. No, you earn everything.
Yeah, you earn the respect, you earn the status, you earn the self-satisfaction. Aaj maine ye kiya, hai na? That I don't think any desk job would get it. And
you are motivating me so much. I'm thinking I'll give one more SSB, after your speech.
Sometimes I do get the second thoughts. Like I've said for years, and when I was retiring, my CEO was like, "We want people like you. Why are you retiring?" And they used to ask me ACR, annual confidential. Priya, what do you want to write? What do you want us to write? I used to say, "Sir, resettlement program, like do not resettlement." I was like that. No, we don't want to. There was a teammate by my then CEO who was signing my PRC signal. You know how Port Blair made it so difficult to get TY duty. So called me, why you're putting up your paper? We want people like you. And my husband is also an OG, okay? So we want people like Rahul and you in forces. You are dynamic officers, dynamic couples. We want. And I bola, sir, I think it is time that I'm missing the childhood of my son. So so for various personal
now that Mother's Day is also around the corner, we want you to just tell a few about your family and how are you balancing between your work-life balance and your motherhood.
Work-life balance, I would say in Navy, it was
not Navy now as well as your mother.
Okay, now I have picked up a job, and I would like to say that also, like there might be apprehensions in the aspirants who are coming to academy कि यार permanent commission नहीं मिला, short service commission मिला, क्या what will be our future career prospects after 10 years, say 14 years, what will we be at that juncture? And mind you, it is a question that you have to keep in mind, because at prime age of 33, 34, you will have a family to look after. You might be blessed with a child or two, so it is a very crucial time. You have to cater and be the breadwinner for the entire family, right? So so short service commission, like mera 12 saal ke baad, when I got out, I was very sure I wanted break for some time, because you know how demanding it is, right? So 6 months I took break, and this was the first interview which happened. So I cleared it, and I'm in a company. It's a very reputed company. It is an investment banking, fourth in the list of in the world, fourth in ranking in the world. Yeah, so it is not the big four companies, but yeah, in investment banking, it comes in the fourth ranking. So I am positioned in a very good position. I'm assistant vice president. I'm earning good. Rather, I'm earning more than Navy. But of course, money was never the criteria for me to join Navy. But for the aspirants who have this apprehension कि 12 साल के बाद क्या होगा, don't worry, you are safe, because every veteran has that skill set and the world recognizes it. So they want veterans in their team. We have a proven testimony of being professionals and meeting the target with all the camaraderie and the teamwork, you name it, whatever is required in the corporate world, it is inbuilt in us. Only such people get into forces, and you are so chiseled over the course of time that you're made up for facing anything in life, be it professional, personal, anything that comes your way. You are आंदो देख लेंगे, आंदो क्या होता है ना? So you are prepared for that. So coming back to your question of how I'm managing my work-life balance, yes. So unlike forces, I'm getting my 8 hours of sleep, which I never used to get. So I'm able to, wake up with my child, prepare him breakfast, get him ready to school, which I never did. I have never seen my child wake up.
Yeah, I've seen you. I've seen you there.
Yeah,
I've seen you in Port Blair.
Yeah, you've seen me from my pregnancy time till. I mean, last you met my son was you all came to my house, right?
Yeah.
Selena,
Thereafter I left. Yeah. Thereafter I went to Kohasa, then subsequently to GTOing, and then the out.
Yeah, so yeah, I remember we have a long association, and before that, if you remember, we have served together in Arakonam also. You all took over for me. Yes. So and
that
then
was there, like you, me, and Silva were most of the times together only, ma'am. From here to Port Blair, we like one after the other on rotation. We came there.
And Kohasa.
I took Camovils from you in Port Blair.
And Vimal, I still have the Kohasa pen that you gave me. जो commissioning में वो goodie होता है ना, that you gave me. It reminds me. I know Kohasa. Oh, Vimal gifted me this. So yeah. Coming back to my question of how I'm balancing, I am a mother of 6-year-old, and I am able to spend ample amount of time with him, which was one of the reasons which I decided to leave Navy. So now I am able to, there are no phone calls after 8 p.m. I am reaching home at around 8ish. Sometimes it, goes down to 9 because of the Bangalore traffic. Else I'm at home, I'm able to, see, you should have a cushioning system. So I have a support system at home. I have my parents. So when I'm away, I have made a timetable for my child. Okay, he comes back from school, he will go to sleep. Okay, so this is the time he wakes up, he has his milk, he can do a little bit of snacking, he goes to his classes. So I've planned various classes, keyboard classes, skating classes, karate classes. So his weekdays.
But he knows his routine, correct.
This is the time he has time, and he can have this extracurricular activities.
He can pick up also whatever
cultivated, right? So my dad is there and my mother is there to take care. So once he comes back, he goes and plays around with his colony friends. By 7ish, 7:30, he has his, haath pair dhoke, he's freshened up, his dinner is over. When his dinner is over, I'm at home, which I was not able to do in Navy. So when I'm at home, we have our, bonding activity. We have picked up something or the other, as little as snake and ladder to as little as reading a book or coloring together. So around 10:30 is when he goes to sleep. 10:30 light off हो जाता है. Of course, वो थोड़ा बात करता है, story हो रही है, वो सब तो चलता रहता है. But 10:30 is like फौजी type. 10:30 pipes down. 10 o'clock, 10 to 10:30 के बीच में हमारा pipes down है. So I'm able to take out the time which I was not able when I was in, Navy. I'm able to, spend time. Saturdays and Sundays are totally with him. Saturday and Sunday, unlike forces, nobody even asks you. So I can go to Timbuktu, work from there. So that 50-kilometer radius, which in small places like Arcon में Port Blair में 50 भी नहीं होता है, so 20 radius नहीं होता है.
Port Blair 2 बार घूम के आ जाओ.
Port Blair घूमने का anywhere you go, there's a beach, right? It's an island. So yeah, so those things we take road trips, we go to places, and Bangalore में काफी avenues हैं in and around जाने के, है ना? So I take my son and my family. We go out, and whatever I think I have missed, and that mother's guilt which was there,
Let's going on.
So yeah, so that has been, totally removed from my life. In my dictionary, there's no mother's guilt. I know I am doing more than enough for my child. Of course, there are certain times when I think, is it also required what I'm doing? I'm only coming back at 8 p.m. But yeah, then I decide, no, yeah, he's busy. He's not missing me. And he also needs, see, book का पढ़ाई अलग होता है. But ये जाके team के साथ खेल रहा है, interact कर रहा है. That training you can never get.
Correct.
So even if the audience is aspiring, बुक पढ़ रहा है, जीके पढ़ रहा है, नहीं यार, कल को तुम्हें इंटरव्यू में 4 लोगों के साथ वो ग्रुप टेस्ट होगा, क्या करोगे, है ना? So you should have that. And how does it come? We meet a person, we get the vibe. इसके साथ हमारा frequency match होगा, नहीं होगा. One day that knowledge will not come. It is developed from a period of time. You deal with a team. You know this person I can rely on. This person I cannot. इससे इतना मैं help मांग सकता हूँ, कर सकता हूँ. इसके साथ I can ask anything. He's always there or she's always there. So that training and all as a kid I got because I was into sports, I was into NCC, I was, so it comes that way. So I want my child also to be like that. So I've ensured no book. घर में when I'm there or जब, of course Saturday उसका homework time है, forenoon session, उसके बाद से till Monday he doesn't see books. And even sometimes my mother is like, yeah, he's not studying this. मैंने बोला, he's happy, he's corona free, he's healthy, and he's an intelligent child. He's aware of so many things. At this small age, bookish knowledge nahi chahiye. So I'm blessed that way also, my child, because he has seen me working from his childhood. He has, Amma will come. This time Amma will come, then we'll have our time. So he's also matured beyond his age compared to his peers who don't have both their parents working. So compared to him, my child is mature. So he's understanding.
God bless, ma'am. God bless him.
So yeah. That's what I told. No? So see, direction is important. Speed is not. You know what you want. यार मुझे इतने साल में ये करना है. So you know what you have to do for that. Okay.
Don't need to compare because it is like when you're comparing, then you feel like the journey is totally different, no, ma'am.
Yeah, comparison is something which ruins life. Yeah, every child is unique. Everybody's life is unique. Everybody is battling their own, war. So you have to be kind and good to others. So you know what you want in life, how you want to get it. So these might be the consequences. So what support system or what plan Bravo you have for those consequences to be met? So I know if I'm working, I'll have to stay away from my husband because my parents all this while were staying in some remote island with limited medical facility, which I did not want. So I told, okay, Bangalore is a nice place. He can continue his education there even after my husband's retirement. Or for that matter, as you understand in Karnataka, Kannada is very is mandatory and it is not my mother tongue. So for my child to pick up at 3rd standard or 4th standard, when we both come and settle down in Bangalore, it will be difficult. So I had planned, okay, retire ho rahe hain, 6 months chutti liya, now what? Okay, so if Bangalore is the city where I would want to settle down, and my parents had already planned ki wo Bangalore mein rahenge because of medical facilities and everything. My sister is also here. So I had planned, okay, so what will the consequences be?
Their planning worked out well.
Yeah, so मेरे को long term में क्या चाहिए? Short term में मैंने किया. अच्छा, job चाहिए, 6 महीनों की job चाहिए, बच्चे को स्कूल में डालना है, कन्नड़ा अभी से सीख रहा है, so it is not burden for him. So yeah, so planning happened, and it is that again it's because of 4G का. हमें पता है कि यार ये करना है. उसके लिए अभी से क्या करना है? We back thinking, हम backtrack करके करते हैं. So this was something which comes naturally to all the veterans, for everybody of us. Yes. So that is how I'm maintaining.
I think we have spoken in length about so many things today. Ma'am, I have last request for one message from you to all the aspirants. If they are thinking of wearing uniform as a dream for them, they would like to see themselves only in uniform. For those, what is your piece of advice?
See, if you have that dream, that will not make you sleep. That is a dream in literal terms, but that is a dream which will not make you sleep. Mind you me, it will not be easy. But you yourself will find ways to achieve it. And if you really, really want it, you will achieve it. You will work hard. सब लोग सो रहे होंगे, पार्टी करेंगे, you will run and make yourself physically fit. People will be on Insta or something, and all the social media. You will be doing some app, some GK, some research. So for all the aspirants, if you really desire to do it, nothing can stop you. But it will not, nothing can stop. I'll attempt 7 times and I'll fail. No, it is not the case. You'll have to make yourself prepared for it. There are so many good people like you who are wanting to mentor people, aspirants who knows the in and out of how the SSB program is, what they are judged for. So with the mentoring like yours, I'm very sure the correct aspirants who have the fire in them, they will, kainat ek kar denge to achieve what they want. But mind you me, it is not easy. It is difficult. But you want something which is there, you will make everything.
You'll go through the process
to achieve that goal. And to all the aspirants, yes, I have zero social signature. I don't like wasting time on Insta, Facebook and stuff. So yeah, I was not able to join the Insta live. Therefore, this recorded video. And partially the problem is also with, Vimal promised he'll come at 10 o'clock and he'll tell me how to join the Insta live. He came at 10:30. Not expected from a veteran Vimal.
Wow. I was like dot 10:30. Dot 10:30 so I was there. I was not late.
No, but Fauji rule is always 5 minutes before Vimal. Yeah, so yeah. And have zero regrets.
No
if
problem.
you are able to achieve and don the uniform, God bless you. If you are not, it is not the end. As you know, Abdul Kalam ji also wanted to be a fighter pilot and he couldn't, and we all love him. So wish you all the best, all the aspirants.
And at later part of life, he made it as president of India. He became the Supreme Commander, and then he flew, and then he still flew.
Yeah, Supreme Commander of the forces, and he was the first one to have made all the sorties. Fighter mein gaye at that age.
Correct.
What is his age for that fighter sortie ke liye? He has been in submarine. He has been everywhere, and we love him so much. When I was pregnant, I considered keeping my son. Agar ladka hua to Abdul Kalam, because we all loved him so much. The entire nation cried when he died, right? He was such adorable and such admirable person. So aspirants, one note for you. If you have that dream to don the uniform, I'm pretty sure you'll achieve it, and you will have to make ways of achieving it by chance, because people are not everybody is carved out to be for the forces. And if you clear the SSBs also, if God is merciless, medicals mein nahi ho sakta hai. You might come up with some lesion in some liver that you are not able to. So don't be disappointed. We have our people like Abdul Kalam ji to look up to. So yes, wish you all the best. Thank you, Vimal, for this
Thanks,
session.
ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Yes, and we should meet up. I got to know you are in Bangalore.
I will come up. Definitely, yeah.
Some bonds of forces are like, your brothers and sisters from other parents. So you are my brother. Let's catch up. And nice to meet with you. Regards to your wifey and the child. I've seen him when he was a newborn. Some people. Yeah.
If the time is flying, definitely we'll catch up at Bangalore. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot, man. Thanks for your time.
All the best.
I have taken maximum of your Sunday, but I hope this video will make it worthwhile for all the aspirants.
Yeah, I have planned everything, so don't worry. See, I wore a sari for you. See, I generally do shampoo and all in the evening after my workout session and all. Today I took bath for you, Vimal.
Thanks. So nice of you. So nice of you, ma'am. Thanks.
Yeah, for the morning, yeah.
All right, ma'am. Chalo, ma'am. Good day. Bye.
Bye. Bye.